I'm off to South Manchester. Adrian Burt's menswear shop has been in his family for 112 years, and it's definitely seen better days.
In the 70s, first day of sale would be madness with hundreds of people. First day of sale now, 20, 30 people. I don't know what it is.
It's because Burt's stock is well past its sell-by date.
That Tropicana jacket, people loved it, and that is a fact.
Now I'm giving them 5 weeks of my time to force them into the 21st century. I brought in Dad's army.
Been a real punch in the face, almost.
Hold the passion!
Defend
Get him out on the stand out the front! Adrian's walking around like he's got a slice of toast up what backside.
If this was a child, you'd be in court. You would be for child neglect.
H.T.Burt is in Chorlton, 10 minutes from Manchester city centre.
It's got a nice feel to it. And I really get this feeling of somewhere that's up and coming. You know, there's little delis, there's galleries, fashion boutiques.
And I'm spotting lots of stylish guys on the street.
Which is lovely. And that tells me that there's people here who like individuality and have a good taste level.
But it's simply not the case at H.T.Burt.
That's nice.
From what I can see, I'm surprised they've lasted 112 years.
Oh, Jesus.
This is my worst nightmare. Hideous, old-fashioned stuff that looks like it's been here since the 70s.
It's actually boring bad taste, really below middle of the road fashion. And middle of the road is the worst place to be because you get flattened and run over, and that needs flattening and running over. So God knows what it's like inside. Dread it.
I've asked owner Adrian and the rest of the team to meet me after I've had a look around.
Yes, my name's Mike, I'm the manager.
So, Mike, I'm just going to have a wander around.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Mike's been at Burt's for 30 years and is head buyer. Looks like his last buy was 30 years ago.
What sort of hideous colour is that for any man to wear? Those hideously gingery brown colours. I mean, if this is stopped in the 70s, bad 70s, I don't know any man who would put that on and you wouldn't laugh. Do you know anybody who wears pale blue jackets anymore? And if you did, you know they would be trying to sell you some dodgy insurance, wouldn't you?
It's not just the dated stock that's giving the shop its stale ambience.
It smells of stuff that's been hanging around for too long in this shop, I bet you. That's what it is. Actually smells like old men.
If the smell doesn't put you off, the layout will. It's as far from modern retailing as you could imagine.
This is just the most boring bloody place I've been in. Really basic naff.
Yes, they're nice, those.
Any bloke coming in here who is under 50 is going to look and think, where am I? Time warp.
Unfortunately, Burt's, just like its customers, is on its last legs. I just hope I won't be saying the same thing about the team.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hi, Eileen.
Hello, Eileen.
I'm Adrian.
Adrian.
I'm Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
Gordon.
Sales assistant Gordon has been at Burt's for 33 years, and Eileen is Adrian's wife and bookkeeper.
I think that, you know, when you sell fashion, there has to be a feeling of style about the place. I'm in this time warp. Yeah. I actually find a lot of this bad taste. Is that you, Mike, on the weekend?
That was, in actual fact, from summer.
The summer of 76, darling, all right?
Yeah.
Mike's been buying this dated gear, but it's Adrian's business and the buck stops with him.
So, Adrian, do you brief Mike and say, Mike, I want your buy to focus on this age group. That's where we need to take this business to.
I'm probably not giving a revision. No, I haven't.
Now, we either need to modernise and get with it, or this shop isn't going to be here in a year.
To be fair, we've got a lot of loyal customers who love to come here. They love the shop, they love either one of us dealing with them. And it's worked for a long, enviable time. And we must have been doing it right.
Hold the passion! Hold the passion!
Defend
Get him out on the stand out the front and we might sell a bit more. You don't have to defend you. You don't have to defend you. Because you can have that passion, but you want to be here for another 100 years.
Gordon's passion is brilliant, But the figures aren't. Burt's is making a loss for the first time in its 112-year history.
How much are you taking in the shop?
Last Monday,
£19.
£19.
£19 in one day?
In one day, yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of drive, I'm not seeing a lot of energy, and worse than all of that, I'm not seeing an understanding of men's style at all.
So who in their right mind would actually buy this stuff?
Well, he's in his 40s, likes quality.
So Adrian thinks this stock is right for the average 40-year-old man. He's more off the rails than I thought. I'm getting the team to each pick an outfit that they would be happy to dress an average middle-aged bloke in.
Who's picked this and this?
I did those. That's black trousers, very H.T.Burt, Franco Ponte sweater.
There was a time when that...
There was a time, I can imagine, but it's not now.
Oh dear. It's time to show the Burts team just how far behind the times they are. We're taking their archaic collection to Manchester city centre, a stone's throw from Burts, and where most local men come to shop. So, what will they make of Burts stock?
I'm going to show you just some clothes. I want your honest opinion. Would you buy that?
Oh, no, definitely not. My dad might buy that.
How old's your dad?
70.
70.
No, don't think so. Not allowed to be.
What's the matter with you?
Definitely not. It looks like a dart player. No, not my colour.
A little bit staid for me.
Would you choose to wear that?
Hideous.
No?
Absolutely
Hideous.
I bought that, I would be shocked.
Thank you.
Well, jacket, weekends, cruises, anything like that?
Not the natural fibre in it.
So that was everything was a no. That's your future customer, if you want a business.
The guys we've stopped have clearly got taste. I want to know where they're kitting themselves out.
Where do you shop?
It would tend to be Tommy Hilfiger, Gant.
This is Apple Scootum.
Yeah.
Adolfo Dominguez.
Yeah.
A mixture of high street stores from Zara and Marks & Spencer's through to Hugo Boss.
But if there wasn't one stop destination men's shop, would you like that?
Yes.
In Manchester, I'll probably go in 6 or 7 different shops to find something. So there's one shop I'd go to. That certainly would.
If there was a shop that I was used to that I liked, that I knew had stuff I wanted, I'd go to it.
Just as I thought, these men want the hassle taken out of shopping. If they could go to one store and buy an entire look, they'd love it. Unfortunately, I don't think the Burts team, as they stand, are the men for the job.
She's highlighting what I should have noticed. Just makes you kind of think, what have I been doing for the last few years? It's the truth that's hurt. Yeah, been a real punch in the face almost, yeah.
That is a business that is at least 20 years out of date. This bunch, bless them, haven't got a clue. And I've got to teach them what's actually gone on in fashion in the last 20 years, let alone what's happening now, before they even start to get up to scratch and understand how men are dressing today and how they can sell to them. It's a massive job. I'm shocked at how big it is, actually. I'm really shocked.
Since Burts opened 112 years ago, men's retail has exploded and high street competition is fierce. Burts could have a piece of the action by being a one-stop shop that makes shopping easy for men, offering modern classics that every man should have in his wardrobe. But right now, I don't believe anyone at Burts gets the difference between dressing well and dressing like a 70s throwback. So I'm taking them to the competition.
If they're not shopping with you, they're shopping here. And you need to know this.
To House of Fraser, Manchester. With over 100 designer labels offering classic staples, it's the largest menswear floor in the country.
When was the last time you were here, guys?
I've never been down here. Terrible admission, number one.
Do you know what, Adrian? Sometimes I'm embarrassed if I haven't been to see competitors globally.
Yeah.
And you haven't been to Manchester to this floor. Your
No.
biggest competitor beyond.
Their blinkers need to come off. I want the team to pull out modern classics for men, those fashionable staples that won't date easily.
So your task today is all of you are individually going to style the 35, 40 plus man, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Right, now, I have got together 4 X Man City players.
Now I'm very clothes conscious, trendy but not looking like mutton dressed up as lamb, if you like.
We all want to look well when we go out. You know, all right, we're getting on a little bit, so we want to look younger as well. So that helps with the fashion.
If I could go into one shop and I could buy 2 shirts, a pair of jeans, a couple of jumpers, that'll do me for a while.
I certainly like simple, classic clothes. That's my style.
They still want to look good, OK? And they don't dress them like some old git.
We thought we offered a choice, but this is just so much.
Oh, I'm almost falling asleep with this lot's lack of passion. They've got to learn to connect with the person they are dressing. That's rule number 1 for buying.
Fashion and buying is feeling. Pick up the fabric, chucked over there, putting them on the rail, then picking out. We still got... You've got to love it. You know, these people, they don't love it. Enjoying this, Mike?
I am enjoying it.
Are you? This is Mike's enjoyment.
Vast selection.
You enjoying this, Adrian?
I am, yeah.
I love the enjoyment that you guys got. Are you enjoying? I am.
I hope it's near the mark if it's not on the mark anyway.
It's just keep my fingers crossed and I hope it suits.
I think we understand menswear, and I'm sure my colleagues have done a similar job.
With their choices made, we're off to Manchester City's ground to see if the Burts team have picked the right clothes for those stylish 40-somethings.
Come on, boys. Boys, me, you're stylists. Hands up, boys. Trousers down. I'll just watch from the wings. Go and style.
First up, it's Eileen, and she's played it safe, going for old-fashioned, same-shade Dullsville with no thought about her modern man.
First of all, he's a beautiful black guy who I would have put something light or colourful on, because he just looks like he's disappeared. And you're not the type to disappear, are you?
Not quite. I'm not overly happy with what I've got on, but the whole outfit really just dates me.
Alert the fashion police. Head buyer Mike has dressed his guy with his eyes shut.
Ooh. It's the jeans which just look really basic as you possibly can get. Worn with quite a dull classic shoe, OK? And the jacket is a jacket. Those leather jackets you have to be very, very careful with, because you'll get the older guy that will consistently wear leather jackets because he sees it as safe.
I say I'm 40 years old and I just feel really old. I think just the clothes that I've got on are not doing anything for me.
It's the same story with Adrian, going for an old git look, dressing someone of 65, not 45.
How old are you feeling now, though? I mean, when you look at this...
I feel like a granddad.
Do you?
Yep, certainly do.
Oops.
I just don't feel good. I feel scruffy, it's baggy, and I like the sharp look.
Amazingly, it's the longest-serving member, Gordon, who almost gets it, although his mixed casual with a shiny dress shoe, a no-no.
I have to say, Gordon, it's the nearest out of anybody's that I've seen, apart from the pimp shoes, which I can't stand.
Well, I agree. Too smart for a casual outfit. I agree. Hold my hands up there.
The jacket I like, but overall, if I had a pair of cowboy boots on and a horse, I could well be going to a little jamboree.
I'm going to show them what they should have picked. Quality, stylish staples. Now, this outfit has fashion cred without being too out there, so it won't date.
Very, very simple, flat-fronted trouser, OK? These trousers you can dress up or dress down. You've taken the classic kind of brogue shoe but put it into a Chelsea boot, which has that nice sort of casual feel to it, but it's very, very sexy. And he's got a Ralph Lauren shirt. It's a casual shirt, but it's not overtly casual, because he still wants to feel he's being a bit smart, this guy, at this age. He's got a nice John Smedley cardigan, because the cardigan's very, very important this season. This guy could have this in his cupboard for a good few seasons. And a pea coat, but because it's got that little bit of military styling, it just makes it look a little bit cooler. And that is what I actually call a modern classic look, because there's nothing in there that's too out there.
Seeing how wrong we'd got it, kind of think, can we ever go out and buy what people, these sort of guys, want?
These guys have to buy, they have to know their customer, they have to style, they have to serve those customers with knowledge and style. And none of them have got it. That's the truth of the matter. That is a massive problem.
The big worry for me is that in just 4 weeks, Adrian and his team will have to choose new collections for their shop. Get it right, and this place could be a success like it was in Adrian's father and grandfather's time.
That is a business that had soul and a point of view. And this is a business that has no point of view and has no soul. And you know, your old great-granddad deserves better than this, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
He had a vision that he was going to be the best men's retailer in this part of Manchester. And we have to decide, you have to decide, actually, Adrian, not me, whether that's what you want anymore.
Yeah, well, we do. Yeah.
Let me hear that from your heart and your soul, because that's the most important thing.
I still want this shop here in Chorlton to be around successfully. Yeah, I do.
The only way to survive in retail is to keep moving forward.
Menswear fashion has moved on unbelievably. We're talking about a £9 billion business here, right? That's more than just selling a few trousers. And it's more than just understanding how men dress.
And the best stores work hard to get men to part with their cash, something Burts are going to have to do too. And I've got just the place for these old-timers to learn how it's done. Gap, a favourite shop for any man that wants to look good without making an effort.
The little task that I'm going to give them is going to shock the pants off them, because this is the real world. This is where real retailers understand how to target you, me, and anybody who passes their store and sell to them.
Gap has bravely agreed to let the Burts team loose on the shop floor. They'll be working under the store manager, Richard.
Today on a Thursday late night, which is one of our busiest trading nights of the week, obviously traditional late night trading, we'd expect in the next 4 hours or so 1,000 customers to come through our front doors, and we'd be looking for our sales team to convert approximately 40% on a good night like tonight of those customers into sales.
Yeah.
So think about that, and at the end of the day, we will add up and we will see who's been the most successful salesperson.
While the others will be sales assistants, I'm putting Adrian in control of all the staff on the shop floor. To pull this off, he'll need to be dynamic, which is a bit of a worry.
You're the main man.
The main man.
Yeah, you are going to be the floor sales generation manager.
Right.
You're there to make sure that sales are generated, so you're managing the floor and you're managing the team.
All Gap staff are set sales targets, and it's down to Adrian to motivate them.
We need to see you walking with a lot of pace, a lot of energy, bounce it on your toes between different zones, find out how people are doing with their targets, giving people feedback on how they're doing on it, and giving them some coaching tips as you go in. That's what we're looking for now.
Right. Panicking now. Hi there. Hi. Everything okay with you here? Yeah? We're all set? Good. Okay.
Adrian's walking around like he's got a slice of toast up his backside. I'm not getting any energy. Come on.
Not my forte. I don't mind being put under pressure to do a sale, but I find it hard to motivate people like a big group like this.
Great retailing needs flair and passion. Adrian's got to buck his ideas up.
I feel like I need to step in, to be honest, and at the moment he's not doing anything, number one, to motivate the staff, or number two, to meet and greet the customers and encourage them to buy something. So what business we have got at the moment he's wasting, and I'm losing money.
Most blokes can't be bothered to spend hours browsing, so displays show outfit ideas to make buying easy.
This is the easiest product to merchandise. Look at what Gap does, the way it's laid out. Everything is pulled together.
Mike's been asked to dress a mannequin, but he's not quite grasped the idea.
Men like to have suggestions put in front of them. You know, you can wear any piece of our product with any other part of the product. It's about you designing your own outfit. I wouldn't go anywhere near that. If I saw that when I was shopping, I'd probably turn around and go out of the store.
Just look how many layers are on that. The tee, the knit, the jacket, the scarf. You've got the jumper and the trouser.
Yeah.
No one would even go out with a jumper on with nothing underneath it, a big jumper without even a vest underneath it. They just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Are you ready to try those on?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, let's come to the changing room.
Do you want to flip them on?
Yep, we'll go and try that one.
Okay, direct you.
Thankfully, Adrian's wife Eileen and 66-year-old sales assistant Gordon seem to be enjoying the cut and thrust working on the shop floor.
Hey, Gordon!
Yeah.
You got served by Eileen. Was she good in there?
Fantastic.
Was she?
Yeah, nice and friendly, but not too pushy.
However, I get the feeling that Mike's only comfortable selling to his fellow comb-overs.
Hi. Can I take a moment of your time, please? Could you tempt you into buying any of those?
You know, wouldn't you be just saying to him, is there anything you'd like to try on? Can I tempt you into mine? I mean, the first thing the guy's only got up the stairs, it just is a bit cringe-making. It's just, oh, he's gone. He's legging it out opposite direction as fast as he can.
Couldn't interest you in any? Which are all on that wall there, on that side wall.
The Gap staff just looks so energised, so sophisticated, and so with it. I brought in Dad's army. The two that are proving the best are Gordon and Eileen. The other two are just lost.
Adrian was meant to generate sales, but they've stagnated. I'm pulling him off the floor. We're going to find out who's made the most sales.
Gordon way ahead, leading 10. Eileen second place with 5, but good sales. Adrian 2.
2.
And Michael 1. Would you employ any of this motley crew?
Certainly would.
Which one?
Certainly employ Gordon, without a shadow of a doubt.
Gordon!
Certainly employ Eileen as well. Gordon, we'll have you starting on Monday, if that's all right with you.
The truth of the matter is, we have a retail business with the two most important people: can't sell, can't buy, can't manage, can't motivate. Full stop. That is one hell of a big problem.
I'm really worried. We have 3 weeks before the relaunch of H.T.Burt, and Adrian just isn't up to it. To survive, he needs to take control, so I've asked to meet him.
When you run a business, you have to be very clear on the job roles of those individuals. And you have to set parameters and targets. It's just a no-brainer. For example, we've had Mike in charge of buying, he's in charge of visual merchandising, he's in charge of windows. And is that because you think you can't do it?
Not because I can't do it, because he asked to take on the buying a few years ago.
You need to get back in the driving seat. You know, this business has been neglected. And that's your fault.
Yeah,
That's your
absolutely.
fault, you know?
Definitely.
If this was a child, you'd be in court.
Oh, we would.
You would be for child neglect. Does this make you feel uncomfortable, Adrian?
Yeah, it highlights my weaknesses, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah.
If Adrian is going to move on, he's got to confront his demons.
Give him a hug. We're going to go forward, mate. Come on, we can't go any lower, can we, eh?
No.
We can't. We will go forward. Bless him, Matt. It's just, it's tough, and he's really feeling it. It's tough. I want to help him more now. I really, really do, but I'm not sure whether he's got it. That's the big issue. Can he do this?
I love the way she feels her clothes. She looks just like them girls in Vogue. I love the way she plays it cool.
To really help Adrian understand what Burts should be selling, I've invited the team to London to see an old friend. They're about to meet the man responsible for showing a nation of men how to dress.
We have got 30 minutes with probably one of the most influential men in British fashion today. Who's the editor of GQ, Eileen?
I don't know.
Sorry, pass on.
They seek him here, they seek him there. His clothes are loud.
Dylan Jones is the editor of GQ magazine, selling nearly 130,000 copies a month. It's the ultimate style Bible for men. Dylan's agreed to show the Burts team what he thinks every man should have in his wardrobe. He's picked a collection of pieces that give instant style and, importantly for Burts, won't date quickly. Just the kind of clothes they should be offering their Manchester men.
Fundamentally, men are incredibly unsophisticated, and they like guidance and they like help, which is brilliant for us. Most men don't consume as often as women, and they like staples, and they like going back to things that they've already bought, and they also like buying things that they can wear time and time and time again.
So what shirts, Dylan?
White shirt, a striped shirt. I like the way that Ralph Lauren do it and Thomas Pink do it, where you just have one shirt style in 1 million colours. I think men are looking for sort of easy solutions.
Trousers.
Casual trousers. Do you stock jeans?
No, that is really important. They don't.
I mean, I think you need one chino and you need one jean.
That's it.
And these jeans should be a classic fit, no skinny or distressed, but clean and straight-legged.
Steer clear of logos, prominent logos, steer clear of colour, because all of that stuff, that's a market that changes every 6 weeks.
How do we buy a very marketable T-shirt?
White T-shirts.
Really?
Just
Like
buy the best white T-shirt.
no motive, no nothing. Oh, there's two big omissions in our business, jeans and T-shirts.
Like the T-shirts, the knitwear should be good quality and simple.
I would say that you need to go in this direction, which is a V-neck cashmere. It's nothing outlandish. Even cheap cashmere's fine. V-neck, plain colours.
Even your overcoat should follow the same rules.
I don't think men want to be too fancy with overcoats. And also, they're fairly utilitarian. What's around a lot at the moment is sort of Max. You're finding a lot of people wearing very, very simple overcoats, very, very popular.
And the shoes.
These are a fantastic pair of very, very, very ordinary but lovely shoes. So it's a nice brogue, it's a nice Oxford.
You could have had that in your cupboard season after season. You don't mark that down. Even so someone hasn't come in for size 8, that comes out again. It's a classic staple.
One of the most difficult things and one of the great things about selling to men is if they buy into the picture that you're painting, they will come back because men are very loyal. If they know they can go to your shop twice, 4 times a year for whatever they want, that's brilliant. That's fantastic because they don't have to worry about where to go to get X. Yeah. If we go to your shop, you're going to have something that we want.
I've learnt an awful lot today. You know, it's really opened my eyes.
You've gone forward. You've moved forward.
We have. We've moved forward 10 years today, haven't we? Yeah.
I think maybe they are starting to get it, but there's a long way to go. I've told them to embrace modern culture, so back at H.T. Burts and spurred on by their trip to GQ magazine, the team are busy doing their homework.
Hottest video of the week, baby shambles. Gosh, 9-inch nails, I've got a few of them in the shed.
While skinny is all the rage, you do need legs like matchsticks and no second helpings.
Whilst the team may be getting up to speed on where men's fashion is today, the clothes in here are stuck in the past. So, for the relaunch in 2 weeks' time, I've got to change the stock.
I'm going to put in new collections in here.
Yeah.
And new merchandise, new buy that's going to make this shop come into this century. We need to clear some of this stuff out, OK? I want you all to go round the shop and I want you to put on this cash desk items that we're going to get rid of, OK? And I'm going to take them somewhere where we will be able to sell them, albeit at the most reduced prices, because we've got to get rid of it. Eileen, we've got to get rid of it. What do you think we're going to do with it? Stop hiding behind those cufflinks. They can go for a start. No, what did you think? What do you think we're going to do with it? You're getting sad. I know why you're getting sad. These are like old friends. They've been hanging on the old rails for so many years.
It's the bank balance I'm worried about.
The reality is, at the moment, their takings are dropping every week. So to survive, this old stock has to go.
Yeah, that could go.
Ruthless is the word. Can I go on top of the pile? It's a mass exodus.
Oh, look at those babies.
That's cool.
Jesus help us. All of us have got black or grey shoes on. You've bought yellowy old butterscotch, metallic grey and oxblood. You make life difficult for yourselves.
If it was up to me, I'd put the whole lot in a skip. But instead, I'm taking it somewhere that the clientele might be a little bit more receptive. The local bowls club.
I'm in with the in crowd. I go where the in crowd goes.
Roll up, roll up. It is a really nice jacket there, though, and that will fit spot on.
I can just see you looking gorgeous in that.
I entertain in old people's homes.
Cute,
but the beautiful shoes then.
Large.
A large.
Yeah, that's it. Want to take that one?
Yes, thank you. There you go, Eileen, sold that one.
This one will fit better. It's about 42 chest.
Very good.
Yeah.
Gordon might be embracing the changes, but because he's worked at Burt's for 33 years, it's difficult to let go.
I find it all very sad. I'm sorry. I'm very proud of our firm and have been for a long time. This is sad to me. Tell the world, sad. Change.
I know that this feels, God, you know, here's something that we bought and thought was very special. I know that feels like this, but we have to get rid of this. We have to, you know?
That is a real handsome bargain at 50.
It is, it's a nice jacket.
This is emotionally tough for them because this is all their big, blaring mistakes. You know, this is like the bottom of the barrel. But I honestly think if they get past this and they clear this out, then that gets them ready and actually cleared in themselves to the next big step.
With the 70s throwbacks offloaded, I've got to bring in the new. Fabulous fashion that will really appeal to stylish Manchester men. The preppy chic look is always on trend. It's sexy, smart and champions that modern classic image. It's crucial for Burt's that someone is capable of pulling these looks together when they're buying the new collections. So, I want to know if the pennies yet dropped for the buyer and the boss. Have they left that outdated dress sense behind them?
What I've done today is I've pulled together a rail of clothes for you, OK? Which will be going down this catwalk. And you are going to be styling the guys who walk down this catwalk in those looks, OK? Except the guys are you two.
Put that my way.
Because our models are new faces, I've knocked up quite a small catwalk, but with some formidable judges. Nigel, owner of Manchester menswear boutique Oi Polloi. Ben, head of personal styling at Selfridges Manchester. And Glenn, fashion journalist and broadcaster.
OK, boys, in there. Get your kicks off.
I want to see them pulling the whole outfit together. It's exactly what they'll need to be thinking about when they're buying.
Right, pick an outfit each before you start, because I don't want to see you standing in your pants trying to pick it.
Say, last time I saw a body like that, I had my head in the freezer. Come on, Mike, let's have a look at you. By goodness, you look good today, mate.
Guys, is this the look that we think our classic modern guy would be buying today?
The shirt is a little bit too bold.
I just think the jacket jars with me a little bit.
I think the jeans are all wrong. Then when you start to mix those jeans and the jacket together, you're trying too hard to look 20 years younger.
Scores on the doors for Mike's first outfit, please. 3. That's tough, isn't it, Mike?
Not too sure on the how I'll score on the points, but we'll give it a try and learn anyway.
Everything seems to fit wonderfully, but the trousers are far too relaxed. There's just that elasticated waistband really doesn't work.
Those trousers with that jacket are hideous because you've got tailoring within, strong tailoring as far as the jacket goes, and there's soft, slouchy, relaxed mood here. And I actually think you look like you've been dressed in the dark there.
Adrian! Nice likes your jacket. This is not looking good. If they can't dress themselves, I don't think I can ever let them loose on the customers.
Come on, Michael, let's have a look at you in Chorlton.
And head buyer Mike's second try looks even worse. He's gone from dressing too young to dressing too old.
The sweater, you expect your granddad to wear that for Christmas Day, you know.
OK, guys, scores for Mike.
Oh, boo. The fact that he's got chinos on, the fact that he's wearing Chelsea boots, and his belt matches his boots as well, is kind of a real plus. Those little touches people notice, so you're nearly there.
Oh, not bad.
I watched Adrian. He is really starting to get it. It's the last outfit, and hopefully third time lucky for Mike.
Outfit number 3, here he comes. No, we've got a double whammy here today.
That shirt gives you such a great figure and such a great shape.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the outfit, really. It looks maybe like an East End sort of taxi driver.
Going over to this young man here, you look fabulous. And I love the combinations of the blacks and the greys, but also the lighter shirt just to lift it.
I think it's a really nice look. You look very smart, very crisp, very now.
Yay! How do you honestly feel in this look?
I do feel comfortable, yeah. I feel smart, I feel confident.
Head buyer Mike has slightly improved, but I think the boss is starting to outshine him.
My big worry is I still really have concerns over Mike buying and choosing, and I can only start to see the light with Adrian, so I'm hoping to God, hoping that he comes through.
Adrian and Mike might be learning to walk the walk, but if Burt's is to reach a retail high, they need to talk the talk and relate to younger guys. Unfortunately, at Gap, Adrian and Mike's stuffy approach had customers running for the door.
There you go.
Which one? Thank you.
Change.
Blue one.
Great salespeople have a rapport with their customers, and it's what keeps the shopper coming back again and again. So I've arranged a night out that I hope will help Adrian and Mike do the same. We're going to Brixton Academy in London, where ex-Stone Roses legend Ian Brown is performing.
Have you heard of Ian Brown?
No.
Do you recognise him?
I do.
Do you? Yeah. Tonight, boys, you are going to be working for him at his concert, selling his merchandise.
How many people are in there?
I'll be packed, and you two dudes are going to be hanging around.
Are we cool enough?
Giving it, are you cool enough is the question.
This place is full of the sort of men they should be selling to. And tonight, with the perfect product, all they've got to do is get the banter right.
Here's your helpers for the night. OK, now how many T-shirts would you expect to sell?
We usually sell about 200 to 300 T-shirts.
What?
Yeah.
In total?
Yes.
Go, Mike.
I've never really been to a pop concert. There'll probably be a bit more blunt language and shouting, which we don't normally shout at our customers unless they're deaf.
That's 18, cheers.
Got that in a medium?
Yeah. 2 change. Cheers, mate.
Oh, come on. We might sell out if you don't make your mind. Oh.
Yeah, the white.
What size are they in?
Small or medium?
25, that's all, yeah. You may never get a chance of getting another one.
Thank you, cheers.
All right, yeah. Buzzing.
I'm upping the ante. I'm pushing them onto the shop floor. I want them to approach these guys and connect with them.
Remember, it's not ABBA.
T-shirt, come on, 18 quid.
Oh, Miss Piera.
Oh, go on.
Ian Brown T-shirt.
Sorry.
Are you sure? OK, cheers.
Tour dates on the back.
T-shirt.
I'm only 18 quid though.
Oh, can't afford that much.
Of course you can.
Same as the ones down there, just to save you queuing up.
Go on, you know you want one. Come on, get a T-shirt, go on.
They're the liveliest I've ever seen them, but any old half-wit can shout. What they really need to do is to work on their patter.
They've either come into the mindset they're going to buy or they're not. So we've got to kind of persuade them and think, look, this is like a big night, memorabilia. When was the last time he played, you know? Really get into their psyche, but not too long-winded.
Yeah. Come on, guys, T-shirt. You went to the concert, you got to do a T-shirt.
Limited edition T-shirts in brown.
No, thanks, man.
Okay.
You go to the concert, you got to have the T-shirt.
T-shirts?
Printed specially for you. Thank you, sir.
Gives you a lot of buzz. It's nice to have a lot of people to serve. That's what we're short of. If you had that at Burt's, it'd be a good day.
I've gone hoarse shouting, but it's great. Yeah, loved every minute.
Selling, you know, it's about an energy and a passion and enjoying it, you know, and getting that buzz from it. And I know that's not what you're going to be doing in Burt's, but actually, part of it should be sometimes, you know, that real energy relaxed as well.
Yeah.
You know, you did brilliantly. You sold 35, you sold 31. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. You won that one, you know?
You've got to go through it to realise what you're getting at. You can't just tell someone. You've got to do it, and we've done it, and we felt it, and that's what it's all about.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Cheers, Larry.
Adrian and Mike seem to be getting a new lease of life, and with a week to go before the relaunch, I want them to get on board with my plans to create an up-to-date store that makes life easy for those shoppers.
I really want to get some warmth back into here, so it feels like a place where men want to spend time. I want to make this a one-stop destination for all that men need in their wardrobe, and they will come in here knowing that they can get the classic shirt, the best trouser, the best knitwear. This isn't about high fashion, it is about getting it right. And you know what? If you come here, don't worry, we know, and we're going to dress you in the right way.
With less than a week to go before the relaunch, the next step is tackling the team's musty-fusty look. In fashion, image is all. So to fit in with the fashionistas, Burt's need a style overhaul.
OK, guys, when you're selling an image and a look, you can't stand there with a dated look. There's no two ways about it, OK? You, Mike.
Yeah?
See that Magnum moustache?
Yeah.
That's 1978.
Yeah.
Now, you might like it,
Yeah.
but I think you've got to look like the cool, hot dude.
Yeah.
So if we get rid of that and just give it a good shape, we don't want comb-overs, do we? How do we get rid of that?
We just take it shorter, so it lies flatter.
You like that, Gordon?
Yes. Kind of get used to it, yeah. It's the new me for 2008.
With their haircuts done, Mike has one thing outstanding.
The next bit I'm worried about is that one. But, Blimey.
So much better. Now you've got to get the rest off.
Hey, not my eyebrows as well. I'll have to get used to that part, but the hair is great, yeah. That's really vast improvement.
With the team's image catapulted into the noughties, I think we're now ready to have a crack at securing a new collection. To do this will take a strong buyer. So far, neither Adrian or Mike have blown me away, but I'm putting them to the test. They're going head-to-head to see who can claim the role. I want to get top British brand Hackett to supply Burt's, so I've pulled strings to get them a buying meeting. For 30 years, they've built a business on conservative fashion with a twist. And with over 3,000 items in the collection, the trick will be knowing what's suited to the Burt's shopper.
Well, this is probably the most important thing you've ever done. This is when you walk into a very professional buying environment. And I'm hoping that one of you, at least, will be able to do a decent enough buy today so that this brand sells to you. Because it doesn't have to. And actually, at the moment, you need this more than they need you.
The man they'll need to impress is wholesale manager Simon Howarth.
We have to be very discerning. We do have a lot of call for the brand, and we do choose very carefully who we deal with. So we do need to make sure that you are looking at the brand in a certain way and understand what we actually stand for.
Otherwise, he's not going to sell to you.
Up until now, Adrian has let Mike do the buying, but now they're both going to have a crack at choosing a capsule collection.
I'm hoping we can get this together because this is so vital to the future of your business that we get a great brand like this in, OK?
All right, off we go then. Starting with you, Mike.
Mike goes first, picking his outfit, but has he got what Simon wants in a potential buyer?
We look at somebody who actually is very enthusiastic, very passionate, with a bit of flair and creativity.
It looks like Mike's taken his lead from South Pacific. It'd take a brave man to wear that out for a night in Manchester.
And can you tell Simon why he thinks he should be selling to H.T. Burt?
I obviously think you'd do us a great lot of favours if you accepted us as a stockist of your merchandise, and we'd obviously do our best to make sure it's up to scratch.
Well, I don't know what Mike was on about. I actually feel a bit embarrassed about that one.
There wasn't a real passion about the product. As regards to getting a feel of Hackett, I think he's, I hate to say it, but missed the boat slightly.
Bert's new buy is in jeopardy. My hopes are resting on Adrian.
This is down to you, mate.
OK.
And I need you to get this right, because it's just vital. Because I just think if we can get this label into the shop, we've got a fighting chance, you know?
Yeah. A little bit more anxious than I would be normally buying. Yeah, this is what I like doing. I like that, yeah.
I think Adrian's picked a really cool and stylish look. And the on-trend military-inspired jacket is a great choice. But he's got to convince Simon that he really knows what he's talking about.
Why should sell Hackett to us? Because we're changing our direction, our look. You know, H.T. Burt is a good old brand name, really. One which I've allowed to get a little bit distracted and lose its way. And I really do want it to get back on track.
And with Adrian, he's actually put a look together which is very wearable. It's easy, and I did like the fact that he had all his different textures in there.
But the most important thing is, Simon, will you sell a capsule collection of Hackett to H.T. Burt?
With Adrian's buy, absolutely.
Yeah! Hey, shake on that one. Oh, look! Oh, no, Eileen. Oh.
He did smash him. He did. Well done. Lovely that.
Go on, really lucky.
Lovely that. Very good.
I was disillusioned with the rag trade. If somebody had said, do you want to quit? I would have quite happily quit. But now, with Mary, it's really got me going again, and I'm really keen to get started all over again. It feels like a new start.
Now we have a major label on board, it will make it easier to secure others. And with 2 days to go before the relaunch, Adrian is gambling over 12 grand in savings to transform cheap old-fashioned Burt's into a contemporary menswear shop. It's the morning of the relaunch, and we're off to central Manchester to find some 40-something guys to convince them to swap trawling shops for one-stop shopping at Burt's.
Here's our models for the day, with Burt's in your new collection, without Burt's. But that's pretty sad, OK?
I've created a manual, a step-by-step guide to classic must-haves for any man, all of which they can buy at Burt's.
This is what you're going to own, the manual, OK? You guys showing every man how to dress. Simple classics. And I want those to go into the hands of the right people, not anyone, not any old man and his dog.
Come on, ladies, you know you want your man to look like this and not like this.
I can see you, young man, trying to sidle past. Give him a brochure.
Everything a man needs to know and wear. You can look as good as that fella there. Shops.H.T.Burts.Chorlton.
Do you want your guy to look like that? Would you like your guy to look like that?
Oh, yeah.
Now, your guy can look like that if you come to H.T. Burts.
Having drummed up some interest, it's back to Burt's. In just a few hours, we're opening up shop, and I want to make sure everything's perfect. When I first came here, the windows were uninspiring, over-cluttered with dodgy 70s gear and fittings.
Get it right out. That is hideous. You can go and put your wisteria up that at home.
So I'm helping them get a clean, modern look. A great window doesn't need overpropping, just really simple, beautiful style, so the eyes of the consumer outside focus on the outfit. Now there's a shop I want to go into. You know, look at our windows. What speaks for themselves? The clothes. But more importantly, you know, when I look at this H.T. Burt in that beautiful modern typeface, but established 1895 underneath, this is a business with a heritage, and a beautiful heritage. What do you think, guys?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
This shop has been dragged into the 21st century. 5 weeks ago, this was a depressing, dated mishmash full of tired suits, hideous knitwear and horrific casual clothes. But that's all changed. H.T. Burts is now a one-stop shop that makes life easy for the modern man. Each section highlights another wardrobe must-have.
And I actually feel we've come out of the time warp that was 1978. You know, I stand up here and I feel that I'm in a shop that understands style and has a touch of class to it.
And everything is so much simpler.
Yeah.
You know, we've seem to have more space and less clutter, and not overwhelming him with a rail full of all different colours.
If you're confident in saying, this is this season, this is what modern styling is about, we've got it, they will buy into that.
We've secured some new prestigious labels on the back of Hackett. These collections all fit the modern classic style. Timeless pieces from Hugo Boss, Adrian's capsule collection from Hackett, wardrobe staples from Lacoste, elegant must-have Max from Aquascutum, and stylish John Smedley knitwear, and classic boots and shoes.
Guys, listen, Mr. Ian Brown, the coolest dude, has sent you good luck. H.T. Burt.
Excellent.
Oh,
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, very proud of that.
You didn't know who he was a month ago. Now, every cool dude who comes in here will know who he is. OK, guys, let's get the champagne out. We've got people coming. Come on.
We're open.
H.T. Burt is now open.
Hello there. How you doing?
Hi, come on in.
Welcome to our new shop. Have a look round, try whatever you wish.
Hi.
Beautiful knitwear, classic knitwear.
Oh, I like to hear, Gordon.
I like that. Simple but beautiful.
We're opening for a few hours this evening. I'm hoping it will be buzzing with some new young blood.
It's good, it's gone for a more modern feel, more my kind of thing.
Now it's got a sort of really chic, sort of sleek look to it.
I think it'll be here a lot more. It's a nice shop to come to.
Our publicity drive has worked. 15 minutes in and it's heaving. This place hasn't seen this much action in years.
Thank you very much.
And the best thing of all is we've cut the age of the average shopper in half.
Beautiful Boss shirt.
People have been coming in and absolutely loving the gear. And that's just fantastic.
Your own personal mirror there.
Oh, I find this really upbeat. I mean, look, you know, this place is packed with the right customers. You've got the guys, exactly the age group that we predicted. They've kept some of their old codgers coming in, still buying, and actually wanting to be part of something that's modern and vibrant. And every part of the shop working has been exactly as we predicted. It's a great business. A great business.
Oh, I mean, if this is what you're selling now, I'd come here again, no problem.
I definitely wouldn't have come in here before. Absolutely would now. You know, you've got the Hugo Boss brand, Lacoste, all the great brands are in here, and it would definitely bring me in.
5 to you. Thanks for coming.
There's a real buzz in here, which is great news, because I know there's one special person Adrian wants to impress.
Introduce you to my mum and dad.
They're one of the originals, right?
We are.
What do you think to your shop?
I think it's very good.
Do you?
All due to you, isn't it? Thank you.
Well, no, and them. These young men.
Adrian now has a business that could be as successful as his father's, and he looks like a new man.
What have you sold tonight then, Gordon?
Well, this is going to be £500.
Good. Right. OK, rock and roll. Let's get that one on the till.
Let's go and see to my customer.
Adrian now knows he's the leader. He'll always do it in his quiet way, but he's now doing it with confidence and knowledge. And he's working that shop floor and he's working those people in his own style. And he's driving this business, not sitting in the back and sort of giving it to other people because he just didn't know what to do. He knows what to do now. He's got all the tools and he's ready to do it.
And the new collections are obviously going down well.
£939.90.
That is a good sale, isn't it?
Well done, Gordon.
Well done, Gordon.
In the space of a few hours, they've taken £2,000. The days of taking just £19 is over.
Yeah, thank you very much. Pleasure doing this. OK.
Here is your business today, and just remember who you're selling to. And you're the guy who's going to lead it and be the leader in your field, OK?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Mary.
Thanks
My pleasure.
Thanks for reinstilling that into us. It's been fantastic.
Good luck, guys.
Cheers, Mary.
Right, wonderful.
Onwards and upwards.
It's probably one of the biggest turnarounds that I've had to do, and I'm just so pleased to see these guys who have come on board and actually will drive this in the future. You know, I defy any guy not being able to go in there and find something they like. And that's what clever retailing is about. And they have a brilliant business with a big sustainable future. And good luck to them. It's a great, great shop.
It's a new life for me, yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I'm feeling good.
Very tough.
Tonight has been a revelation, really, in terms of change. Pleased as punch.
We've said goodbye to our old ways. At the moment, I feel as though I can really enjoy being in the retail trade again. So we're now a nice modern shop moving forward, and who knows, might be here another 100 years.
5 weeks since we launched H.T. Burt into the 21st century, and the business has definitely got a brighter future.
The week after the launch, we finished the week £1,000 up on last year. Yeah, I'm very pleased with it, and it's obviously helped the bank balance.
We're attracting a new and younger customer. That's been very apparent. They're impressed with the shop. They're even amazed at the shop, and now they're seeing names and labels that really ring a bell with them. It's looking good.
And Mike and Adrian are embracing their new lease of life.
I feel much more energised. You come in the morning, everything's nice and bright, cheerful. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think Adrian has got loads more confidence, taken control of it. He's the boss, and it's lovely to see that.
Been given a new passion for this trade. The whole thing is just more of a buzz, and Mary's enthusiasm for fashion and everything is just has to rub off on you, and it has. And yeah, I love it again.
And there's a book available written by Mary Portas with more advice and information on how to shop in the 21st century. Time for a rant now on the stress of modern living. Over to the Grumpy Old Women next on BBC Two. And BBC Four's B-movie season continues with Marilyn now.
It is flattering. They think that I could be part of their tribe. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage it going forward. I'm glad that I've had this experience to learn what is truly valuable. I feel like I'm part